before I get started Smackdown Live, I gotta say briefly about how Raw was last night. It was horrible. I did not feel like it was worth giving a review of it because it was the most ridiculous. Did you see the opening of Raw? I know I could have ranted last night, but I didn't think it would be worth doing a 15-minute rant about something that wasn't even necessary. That show was trash. So you look at this Smackdown. I'm not gonna lie. This Smackdown was not very good. It wasn't. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. There were decisions here I truly did not care about, or I thought were just dumb decisions. The first decision, I felt that was dumb. Really dumb. Shelton Benjamin versus Daniel Bryan. This would have been a great match. It should have been a great match, but it was not a great match. And if anybody thinks it was a great match, explain to me why in the comments, because this was all about trying to make Daniel Bryan look like he was tough when he doesn't need to be tough. Because when it comes down to it, if you really wanted to show how tough Daniel Bryan is, they should have been jobbing him out. He should have jobbed to Kaz once already. Or better yet, he should have been jobbing to people and coming this close to winning. And then the situation with Kaz would make better sense. Particularly that Kaz having that big, what was it? That, can you see if you're tall enough to get into the ride type of thing when he did it in his suit. I didn't care about Kaz. Because it's not that he doesn't sound stupid. That material he's using sucks. And it's not because he can't talk. Kaz is not a good talker. He needs to have the same work as Diesel when Diesel understood that he can't do long promos. He has to do short to the sweet promos. When he ever did it right, he was on point. He's not on point here, Kaz. He sucks. So when I see the Daniel Bryan and Shelton Benjamin match, it was just a disappointment. It wasn't the fact that they didn't try to get Daniel Bryan over. They did to a certain extent. People cheered for him. But to me, it's nothing. Because what are you cheering about? He's not an underdog. He has beaten everybody he's came across. The only thing he didn't win was against Samoa Joe. He got his ass handed to him by Samoa Joe on that match last week. He just lost that match, well, was it last week or the week before, when he was trying to get into Money in the Bank, and Samoa Joe made him basically pass out. Was it tap out or pass out? Either one. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Daniel Bryan wins, but he doesn't really gain anything. This was a waste. And then worse, I feel sorry for Shelton Benjamin. This guy has it. He has it. And instead of them doing something with him, they're making him job. I just feel, what? What's the point? Now, let's get this bit over with when it came to Jerry the King Lawler and the, well, I'm not going to say the AJ Styles and Jerry the King Lawler interview was bad. It's kind of old school because that's what they did with Kaz. They don't normally do that outside the ring anymore. They normally do it in the ring. So when you get an interview outside the ring, away from it, it is a nice old school throwback. It is. But it counts in the material you give these guys. And to be honest, if you guys are happy that you're going to see Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles in a... Look, a last man standing match is cool if it's about last man standing. This is not supposed to be about last man standing. This is supposed to humiliate your opponent. And the I Quit match would have been better. There is no humiliation in a last man standing match. You get knocked out. So what? Doesn't mean you got a glass jaw. You can get knocked the hell out and you can be the toughest guy on the planet. I just didn't see anything interesting in this situation. I don't want to see a last man standing match. I want to see an I Quit match. But if I really had what I really want, I truly want to see a Singaporean King match. Not Singapore, porn. Singapore King match. I got nasal congestion, sorry. And to the subscriber that said, you sick all the time? Yeah, I got allergies. We got a lot of pollen in New York. Sorry, I had to say it. I'm not chewing on you, dude, just to let you know there's a lot of pollen in my ears, a lot of trees, so I get sick a lot. But anyway, that was more interesting about me saying I got allergies than seeing about this. I can't say I didn't enjoy Jerry the King Law doing the interview on AJ, but I don't care about the match. The segment didn't mean anything to me. To everyone else, maybe they'll like it. It'll be okay for them, but for me personally, no. Now, there was no New Day segment, but there was a New Day sighting because of the match that happened. That's Rusev versus Samoa Joe and The Miz trying to stir the pot and begging, almost in a sense, acting to Paige, basically saying, please let me do this. I am working on my method acting so I can get myself a freaking Oscar. The only problem I have with the segment between Paige and The Miz was that Paige really wasn't playing into it. Really, she kind of played into it and then she said, you know what, I'm just going to give it to you. She could have said that, but she said, you know what, I got a great idea. I'm going to give you that opportunity to be a ref. No. Why did they do that with Paige? Why? It would have been better that Paige pretty much said, like she said, I know what you're doing. You're stirring the pot. But you know what? That's good drama. I'm going to give you the match because I want drama. Not, I don't want drama. You're not going to get what you want, but then you give it to him anyway. I just felt that was dumb. Now, was the match between Rusev and Samoa Joe good? Yeah, it wasn't bad. But here's the problem. Ending of the match. You got Rusev winning over Samoa Joe. Then you got The Miz getting over on Rusev. Look, Rusev Maska, excuse me, Rusev Maska is better as a face. You got three heels in that ring. You had Samoa Joe as a heel, you had Miz as a heel, and you got Rusev as a heel when he should have been a freaking face. They're still booking him as a heel, and he should be a face. And I still say this, that Aiden English is making Rusev relevant. I'm not hating Rusev. I love Rusev, but he didn't get as much traction until Rusev Day. And you see Aiden in my face because that's the way it's supposed to be. Aiden gets to shine. Now, what I said earlier about the match and the beatdowns and the Miz. Miz getting the Money in the Bank, doing basically what Samoa Joe did like a week or two ago. Getting the Money in the Bank briefcase off from a ladder. Alright. I'm going to... until this was the New Day sighting. And this was stupid. Pancakes, I don't know, over contract or something. I don't even know what to call that. Basically, Pancakes in the briefcase. That was funny. It was stupid, but it was almost a funny stupid that I could accept. We still don't know who's going to be the representative of New Day. It should be Kofi. If Xavier Woods is not going to be doing it, and you got Kofi and Biggie Langston, if you're going to go with the person that has the most charisma, it's going to be Biggie. But if you want to go with the person that deserves it the most between the three, it's got to be Kofi. We still don't know which one it is, but when you see this situation, you go, it's interesting. We're not going to know until the match itself, which is good. It makes it interesting. I'm alright with it. Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I gotta say this is the best match of the night. And I'm not saying it was the most amazing match, but it was the best match of the night because they're trying to do the 24/7 with the Hardys. And you got Shinsuke Nakamura, who is a natural heel, dealing with a Jeff Hardy who's a natural face right now. Put them together, you got a decent match. In the end, Shinsuke Nakamura does get over on Jeff Hardy by beating his crap, well, basically giving a nut shot, and then Kinshasa, I got it right, and then doing the 10 count. I don't have the 10 count, unfortunately. But it was a decent story. I know it's not much of a story for Jeff Hardy. There's not much there. But it was a decent story for what it was, for the simple reason I really shouldn't say it's a real story, because they're trying to give something to Jeff using Nakamura as a heel. Trying to give a little bit of sympathy, so when you see 24/7, you'll really understand how much Jeff and Matt have went through when they left WWE and basically went on their road down, both doing drugs, both getting themselves in trouble, both of them almost basically nearing death in some cases, and coming back clean generally. As far as I know, they're both generally clean. So I will put it for that. I could be wrong, but you guys tell me below. Now, let me see if I'm forgetting anything here, because I really... Let's get this over with. I don't think there's anything left. And how many minutes is this? Not even 11 minutes. I want to get this quickly over with because it pissed me off. The 10-woman tag was nothing. Nothing for the women. That's the best way to say it. Nothing for the women. What the hell was this? Mind you, the opening of the show was okay compared to Raw being on those freaking ladders. I don't have a picture of them on the ladders. I actually did save some pictures, and then I got so turned off because I wasn't going to do a Raw review, I deleted them. I should have kept the picture of them being on the ladder, so I would add that. But it wasn't bad. They all got a chance to speak. That was something. Instead of the men being allowed to talk, it was the women. That wasn't bad. Then you got the Iconics. Then you got Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville coming out. Basically, a brawl breaks out. And at the end of the show, you're supposed to have an 8-woman tag. But when it came to Asuka, she wants Mela. So Paige makes it a 10-woman tag. No one gets over with this situation. And I know there was a segment for Mela doing an interview with Renee Young, which was alright for what it was. But when you see this match, it really didn't put anyone over. If they had just left it as a brawl and ended it there, at least you could salvage it. But this, there was no reason for it. There was zero reason, particularly once Carmella got pinned. Well, not pinned. She got submitted to Asuka. Makes my scalp itch. I'm not saying that Carmella's good. She's not. She's a decent talker. She should be a manager. She's an okay wrestler, but she still should be a manager. But if you're smart, you should hide that. Let her talk more than wrestle. And in this situation, throughout the match, she looked bad. Everyone else looked decently well. Lana is still a question, but I think Lana's a little bit better than Carmella to a certain extent because of the recognition of Rusev Day and some level of skill. And I'm stretching it with her because now they're showing a little bit more. But when it comes down to it, this was wrong to do for Carmella. This was wrong to do for Asuka. This was wrong to do for all the women, including my Naomi. And once the Iconics did what they did in the beginning of the show, mocking Naomi, she's going, what? You see her right next to Lana, and they're looking at the Iconics of Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, and I would love to get my hands on Billie Kay. She's a gorgeous woman. I know she wouldn't have nothing to do with me, but damn, she's gorgeous. She looks like she'd be so damn cute when she wakes up with that puffy hair. That hair is straightened for a reason. She got puffy hair. I got puffy hair, even though it's badly thinned out through stress and age. But she got puffy hair if she don't relax the mess. But this just didn't seem to work for the women at all. But this is just me. Have a good day, have a good night, and watch for my Impact review. Peace!